everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, RK Motorsports Consulting, can't get it out today, and Profab Headers and Exhaust. What is going on? I'm David.
I'm Kayla.
I'm Landon.
And we're the Rogers family, minus Jackson. He's at therapy.
Yes. We had that today.
Well, Sterling is floating somewhere down in Georgetown. Not necessarily willingly at this point. He is he went out today for a while and was going to come back home, and we were going to do the podcast, and motor shut off on him. So he has used the trolling motor on the boat to go about, I don't know, probably a few miles by water, which is not fast at all, against the wind. So he's going about a mile an hour.
Bless him.
I just talked to him. He was at the trailer finally, but the current is ridiculous, so he's trying to figure out how to get it back on the trailer.
Oh, that's awful.
So yeah, fun. So that's where he is today. Fun. So it is Monday afternoon.
Yes, it is.
The worst
And
day of
if
the
y'all don't know already, Kayla is my lovely wife.
And I'm their lovely son.
Yes.
And Landon is, I don't know about lovely.
He is lovely.
Well, some days.
That's natural.
So anyway, I'll just start off how we do it. How has your day been?
It's been good. I had a full day of work after getting up early and taking the babies to school, and just busy, and then came here.
Oh, can I get some of the $1 million account? Can we get a $1 million account
Yeah, sure.
that you be giving out?
Yeah, just don't hold your breath.
Oh, Landon. Landon, how was your day? School?
You know, it's been a day. I got to study for a test or quiz coming up. So,
Okay.
Fun.
What quiz?
and like social studies and I think math for next week, but I'm pretty well prepared. I already know everything.
Oh,
So-
you know everything.
I know everything.
Oh,
So
pretty
Yeah.
don't
confident.
worry.
Confidence is key, I guess.
Just can't wait for next year.
There you go. Why is that?
'Cause I'm going to a new school at my church, and one of the things that caught my eye was that there's better food. Like, the food is way better than, some broken pizza or something.
What caught my eye was if you act up, they get to whoop your tail.
Yeah, how about that?
They can't
I
hit
like
me
it.
too hard, right?
Yeah, you'll get popped for sure. You got to stay on it. Disrespecting, that's
Keep you in
3
line.
swats.
I like it.
I don't.
I do.
I really dislike that.
Well, that's what's missing nowadays with kids. Every so
Most
often
of
they
them.
need to probably get popped.
Then when he gets to school, he's going to come home and get it again. Just like I was. Anyway, well, we were fortunate enough this weekend to spend the weekend at the racetrack. Well, Saturday at the racetrack, Florence Motor Speedway. They had opening night, and for once, the opening segment of the show actually runs into actual racing. But we'll get into the racing stuff. So, in the 18 years that me and Kayla have known each other, she has never seen me race anything other than some, some go-karts at the beach.
Yeah, yeah. You and
If you want
Sterling.
to call that racing.
You and Sterling. I sit sidelines and watch you guys go at it, and I think one of our first dates was at a go-kart
Well, that was
track.
to a go-kart track,
Yeah.
but we just went and watched.
Yeah.
But I hadn't raced.
that
Well,
was-
I did race one since, were we married then?
No.
We weren't married yet?
Mm-mm.
I raced one since then, but you didn't go to it, so
No. No, I didn't.
it was
But
not a big ordeal then. But other than that, it'd been almost 20 years since I raced anything.
yeah, when I met
Well, not
you were
quite.
done for a while. So
Yeah. So I dusted the rust off, I guess you're saying. Jumped in the legend car this week.
you did
Marshall's.
really good, by the way. There were some technical difficulties, but I was very proud of you.
Where are you?
I was.
Yes, I was very proud of you as your son. I was really proud of you for what you did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do too hot. We'll get into that a little later.
But
But
it's to be expected. I mean, first time out. and
I expect to
everything.
win every time I go race.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a good mentality.
You know,
but
like he said, if you're not first, you lose. You're last.
That's what Ricky Bobby's daddy said. But
words of wisdom, either way.
But all right. Well, you spent Saturday at the racetrack.
I did.
You, my mom,
Jackson,
Sterling's mom.
Yep, and his babies, Cole and Blakely. We all sat up there together and kind of hung out and watched everything. And
So what'd you think of all the racing?
I'm gonna be honest. I really wasn't that into it, but the fact that you were there, people say it's really different whenever you know somebody racing, and it's true because I was a lot more into it than the different times that you and Sterling have gone to races. So I was pretty into it, and I actually enjoyed myself.
Did you?
I did.
It's a miracle.
I know.
People say, "Oh, I don't know how we got married," because as much as I'm into racing, is about as much as she's against it half the time.
Well, I'm a very supportive wife, I like to think, but I wasn't raised around the racetrack. We were raised very differently, but somehow it works.
Somehow.
One was raised by racing, and one was raised by Disney.
That's pretty much it.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but.
So Landon, other than the actual racing, we'll get into that. What Landon was on the pit crew. He was down with.
I was helping and everything. I was going under the car, going in the engine, and all that.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't do that much on it.
You just didn't see it.
Oh, we didn't have that much to do to it all day. But what'd you think about spending the day at the racetrack? We was there early. We got there about 7:45 in the morning.
And it was fun, but I kind of.
It's not Landon's first day at the racetrack. He spent some days at the racetrack with me before, so. But it's just the only one where we've been, working on a car, one particular car all day.
Yeah.
Pretty much, but I did like their cheeseburgers and the fries. Mwah. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
That's
good job, Florence Motor Speedway.
That's going to be his job at racetracks. It's not going to do anything with the cars. It's going to be to taste the food.
Yeah, taste tester.
I can be Gordon Ramsay.
What is that, Barstool Radio, where he does the
got the red car.
Or Barstool Sports. He does the pizza taste or pizza rating. I don't know what it's called. Landon's going to do the trackside cheeseburger tasting.
As long as
Might be a new segment.
I'm going to be Gordon Ramsay to taste it. No, it's terrible.
You're going to cuss them all out whenever it's bad.
No, but even Jackson was really into it.
I think he was in all of it more than anybody.
He was. Of course, with him, he had the headphones on and he was watching his videos, but whenever the cars started, he would stop and he'd start stimming and just watching the cars go by. He got really excited about it, so that was fun.
He did. Speaking of, we got a, I guess you call it a race. We're not racing.
No.
This weekend for autism.
Yep, Paces for Pieces.
Paces for Pieces.
Yep.
Be downtown Florence here?
Yes.
Right.
Yep. I think it's like Dargan and Chevis, around that area.
Anybody's in the area want to come out and walk with us, we'll be out there walking.
Yep,
I'm not running the marathon or the 5K. I'm not.
No.
Sorry.
We walk.
If you see me running, you better follow. Is all I can.
Yeah, it's a good organization, especially for the autism families. And, they are trying to raise money to help out families that have kids with disabilities. They help provide services. They help them with basic questions as far as what kids need or anything like that. So it's a good organization. Everybody needs to come out and support them. And if you have any questions, find me on Facebook. And if I don't know the answer, I'll find it for you.
Well, there you go. So we'll be out there. Final push, I guess, guys. We've posted a few times on Facebook. Check it out on there. I'll post it up again. Link one more time. Final final push there, getting Jackson as much sponsorship dollars
Yes.
as they're calling it. All that money goes to All for Autism, just in that child's name. So we're trying to raise as much as we can through him for All for Autism.
Absolutely.
And goes to a great cause. And I know, like I said on our Facebook post, that racers and race fans are probably the most generous group of people I know.
Yes, they are.
So
yeah, we met a couple at Florence Motor Speedway while we were sitting up there, and we were kind of talking with them, me and your mama. And the minute that they heard, as far as Jackson having autism, they were very doting on him. I mean, they were just the sweetest people in the world. So it don't get any better than the Race family.
nope. See, ain't that bad, is it?
No, not at all. The people are great.
Maybe she'll go to another one. Maybe.
Maybe if you're lucky.
I don't think I'm gonna probably have another race for about another month. There
Right.
is another one. I think it's March 19th. But I'm gonna be down at Livonia Speedway in Livonia, Georgia, with the Ultimate Street Stock Challenge there. But I'll get into that a little bit later too. But anyway, other than I guess racetrack this week, like I said, we'll get back into that racing. We had church on Sunday.
Yes.
I had another thing happen.
Well,
Saturday I was out at the racetrack, and about 3:00 in the afternoon, the music pastor, he texted me, and was like, "Man," he said, "I got a serious question for you." He said, "Do you think you could possibly lead the music tomorrow if I'm not able to?" I'm like, "Sure, we can make it work."
well, you've done that before.
I
but
have.
just not at our church.
No, I have, just not this church we're at now. You're correct. Been a long time.
Yes.
But hey, we can do it. Can handle it. Make it work. So yeah, I was like, sure, man, I'll take care of whatever I gotta do. So being I was at the racetrack, we didn't get home till I don't know what time I got home, about 10:30
Yeah.
ish.
Mm-hmm.
I just was constantly listening to the music we were doing, as I do anyway, but I was, I don't know, I guess putting extra emphasis on words, because normally I'm just listening to the music because I'm playing guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Is typically all I'm doing. But this week I was not only singing and playing guitar, I was leading all of it and playing guitar. So yeah, Sunday morning he texts me, he says, "All on you today, man. I'm not going to be able to make it." I said, "All right, here we go." So went, had some practice with the praise team, and it was everybody was like, "Ooh," at first, just because it was different.
Yeah.
But we worked it all out.
Yeah.
Turned out pretty good.
It really did. It really did. It was different, but, anything out of the normal, people are always going to be hesitant about. But it was a good service and a wonderful message from Pastor Mac. It definitely touched my heart that morning, but I was very proud of you. It was a lot of firsts that weekend. First time back at racing, first time leading praise and worship.
I come out of retirement for all of it.
You did. You
All
really
on
did.
weekend.
Well, might as well get it all out the way.
Might as well. What'd you think, Lana? I know
You
you were
did-
back there with Landon, or back there with Jackson a good bit.
You did pretty good. I came out a few times, and you're doing real good.
Real good.
Real good.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn.
You sang good, you played good, and you led good.
Yeah, for it to be out of the norm, everybody was able to come together and really pull it off. So,
Well, good. Good. Glad everybody enjoyed it. Well, I reckon we'll get back to the racing portion of it. I'm gonna tell a little bit about my day. All right, it is y'all's job. I'm normally the one interviewing everybody,
yeah.
so I'm gonna put on you two this week to interview me, since I was actually racing.
Oh, bless. Okay. Well,
Kayla had no clue she was coming on here and doing this
no, I didn't.
until like 3 minutes before we started this.
Yeah, I was trying to be a good wife and bring you something, but Then I got roped into it, which is completely out of my element.
Landon knew it when he got out of school.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, David, how did it feel getting out of retirement after all those years, old man?
Well, it was let's see. I went out, well, as I talked about last week. I went out last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Car, we ended up finding all kind of water and fuel. We talked about that on the show last week.
Mm-hmm.
So after the show last week, I went, worked on the car, got it all straight. Tuesday, got off work, went straight to work on the car, got some final touches done. Called my buddy Brian Hicks, and he said, "Let's go." He said, "You ready to go to the track?" I said, "Let's go." So we loaded up the car real fast, took it back over to Florence Motor Speedway last Tuesday. Fortunately, it's a few minutes down the road for us. So took it out there, got some laps, got some good laps. Throttle only hung twice out there.
Yeah.
So only ended up off the track once. So that was exciting. When you go down in turn one, and you go to let off the gas, and it just keeps going wide open, is a different feeling.
Right.
So anyway, turned some laps. Finally got some good laps under me. Didn't get a whole lot of time because it was getting dark quick. We didn't want to turn the lights on over there. But it was. I didn't get the car feeling right that day, but it was coming back to me. I could, I was getting more comfortable in the car. So then got out there Saturday. Like I said, we got there at 7:45 Saturday morning. Went to driver's meeting and all that stuff, and that's when I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing this, I reckon. So
Yeah.
that's when you realize you about to race.
Reality sets in.
I reckon. And I don't know, I guess I'm not one, and I never really have been. I don't necessarily get nervous about it. I don't know.
No, you're always pretty level-headed for the most part.
I mean, it's one of those things. I look at everything. I think I've said this to y'all before, and I've said this pretty much everybody. I look at everything in life as, well, if somebody else can do it, so can I.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm not nervous about it. It means I need to work harder to do it as well as them if I'm not as good. So that's how I was when I raced go-karts back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Had to figure out, how to get faster in it. That was always goal, get faster. And fortunately, that's been my goal all weekend with the legend car. And so it wasn't really nervous energy, I guess you say. I was ready to get out there, but it wasn't necessarily nervous, because when you get nervous anyway, you don't feel what's going on in the car, right? You just amped up. And
well, if it were me, I would be like really anxious about it, and like drivers meetings is one thing, but then like if it was me, that anxiety would like go through the roof the minute like I got in the line and we were starting behind the pace car, like about to go. Like it would just be in.
Well, see, by that time especially, because you done practiced twice and qualified, by the time you get to the race, it's whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it was more. I get more frustrated, and I ain't even really gonna say frustrated. I mean, it's just one of them things. Trying to work on the car to get it better, and there's not much to do really as compared to what I'm used to. And I told my dad out there the other day, I was like, man, I said, I'm used to running 4 and 5 races a day when we race go-karts.
Mm-hmm.
I said, we're coming in here, round the practice. I'm used to jumping off the go-kart, throwing some weight on, changing gear, work. All of a sudden, throw the car back down, jump in it, and go again.
Yeah, but y'all actually had some downtime.
And so there was a ton of downtime.
Yeah.
And so I'm not used to that. So that was different for me. I don't know. It was cool coming out of quote unquote retirement.
Yeah.
I retired at an early age.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it was interesting because I think the Legend car that you were driving, that was probably the smallest car, I think, other than a go-kart. But then, like, those, what were they called? Like, the really small ones that, like...
The bandoleros.
Yes.
That's
Those
for the kids.
Okay, now those were cute.
Cute.
Those are really cute.
Those are
Cute.
really cute.
We thought about getting Landon in one, so you'll be cute out there.
Oh,
Oh, my baby.
no.
You don't want to be cute?
No, I want to be handsome. I'm a handsome, young, good-looking man.
Well, I may be a little biased, but he is. But no, how was doing the legend cars different? Like, is there a lot of difference from the legend cars versus like the go-karts as far as like how you, like, different things you have to do?
Yes.
It
yes,
handles
a lot.
differently too.
Well, all race cars, your goal, I don't care if it's a go-kart or a late model,
Mm-hmm.
your goal is to, one, get down the straightaway, obviously, as fast as you can. But you're not really worried about that as much as get through the corners as absolutely fast as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care what you're driving. That is the goal on an oval track. It's goal on every track, but especially oval. I mean, you get through the corner as fast as you can, you run down the straightaway as fast as you can. You get through the corner as fast as you can, you run down the straight. And I know, like people like your sisters, they say, "Oh, you turn left. Oh, you turn left."
Well, being married to you, I realized that it's a lot more things involved other than just.
And I would
turning
assume
left.
everybody listening to the show also realizes that getting through that corner fast is one of the hardest things you can possibly do, because one, not only you got to hit your points, you got to hit your marks, braking or letting off gas, braking, picking the gas back up, getting back to full throttle. And that is my biggest difference, I think, because go-karts, when I was racing them, the majority of tracks, well, I don't remember any tracks we used any brake. Never used brake other than coming off track when you slow down or for caution. And a lot of times for caution, you didn't even use brake. You just let off gas to it, got to that point. So that's the biggest difference for me is now I'm running down in the corner, letting off, using a little bit of brake, dragging brake, going down in there, then picking up my on throttle point and slowly rolling back into the throttle.
Yeah.
Finding the point that I can go all the way.
Yeah.
That's probably the difference. I mean, obviously speed is I ain't even going to say a lot faster. Not necessarily faster. It's just we're going from a lot slower speed.
Mm-hmm.
And the acceleration in a legend car is, and I don't know if it's because of how small they are or whatever it is. Because I've driven some dirt cars. I've driven asphalt Charger cars and late model. I've practiced them, and the acceleration doesn't feel to me in those cars like it does in a legend car. Legend car feels like it just picks up really fast.
Yeah.
So, and I mean that's what a high RPM motorcycle motor should feel like. So that's what it does feel like, and that's probably the biggest difference for me.
Well, as far as the race went, I know you were trying to get some of the kinks out because it was your first time in the car. So, I mean, how was that? I mean, whenever you started the race, I mean, I know you did go in a couple times.
Well, I'm going to go back to earlier in the day. I'm pretty much just going to tell how it went throughout the day to get to that point. We went out first round practice, and even when I was testing Tuesday night, this car has just felt like it's just kind of on ice almost. That's how it kind of feels. Basically like it's not in the track. Like you're just kind of sliding across the top of it.
Right.
Like, picture taking your shoe, standing in one place on asphalt or concrete, pushing into the ground, kind of putting your weight on one leg, but then pushing into the ground with the other foot and sliding across it. Well, but that's hard to do with the harder you push,
right?
Because the rubber on the bottom of your shoe grips. It felt like I never got to that point where it gripped.
Oh.
It felt like it was just sliding
Wow.
on top of it. That was first round. So we come in, and I'll be honest with everybody, we have not done anything with this car yet, far as setup wise. We got it ready to race. Got my seat mounted. Got little things done here and there. Because they had a steering wheel moved down and welded in. We had to cut, re-weld, move all this stuff and remount some stuff. And obviously last week with the water and the fuel, we had to take all that out. It's just been a lot of work. And we don't even have a set of scales. We have not put this car on scales. We haven't done anything. So what I did, because there was a younger boy that was driving this car that I found out before I had it, and they had the ride heights pretty low on it. And basically the only way you got to adjust them on a Legend car is on the, it has these collars on the shocks and springs. You screw them up and down.
Right.
So I screwed all of them down to bring the ride height up all the way around evenly. And that also puts what they call preload on the spring.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes the spring already compressed a little bit. So what we did was went to the right side because I did not feel like the car was kind of rolling over, going in the corner, getting that push into the ground. So we went back up on the right side to give it a little bit of rollover into the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And we went out second round of practice, and it worked way better, way better. I mean, still not great, but way, way better. Mm-hmm. We picked up a lot of speed, picked up a lot of good time on there. Rode with some boys around there and kind of, got my line feeling a lot better. And I feel a lot better about where my let off points and stuff like that. So, beyond that, we said we went that direction. Let's go a little bit more because it was still doing a little bit of the same thing, but just not near as bad. All right, let's keep going that way. Well, went out in in qualifying. And one thing about qualifying is you don't have as much time to warm your tires up and all that stuff and clean them up good and everything. But when I went out qualifying, it felt almost like it did in the first round of practice. Sliding around, it didn't feel good.
Yeah.
But when I finally found out, I didn't even find this out till the Smart Modifieds race first. I went up there with y'all, watched that race. I didn't find out till after that with the qualifying results, and I was pretty daggone happy with qualifying results. Granted, it's not good, but out of 17 cars, I qualified 12th. So
That's
there was
awesome.
5 cars. You saw it. You were there.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. I didn't know where exactly you fell in the qualifying, but
so there were 5 cars that were slower than me.
Yeah,
I felt good about that.
you should.
That was amazing.
That's not great by no means.
No, but it could always
be
worse.
Being my first time back out there, I felt pretty good that we were not the slowest thing out there.
That's true.
At least you weren't 13th.
Exactly. At least I wasn't 18th out of 17. That would have been awful.
awful.
So, anyway, after qualifying, we come in and we're discussing some stuff, and we decided to reverse some changes and make some different changes and stuff like that. All right, well, finally got around to race time. Our race was next to last. No, there was 2 races after us, but there ended up being a lot more people at this race, I think, than what they expected. Pits were packed. It was great. I put a live on Facebook the other day. Mm-hmm. If y'all hadn't seen it, check it out, just to show how many people were there. This place was packed. The pits were packed. Stands were packed. It was just packed house, which was great to see. It was great weather out there. I think it was like 83, 84 degrees on Saturday, which is
it was gorgeous.
Crazy.
It was hot.
It was hot, but it was a pretty day.
It was great. Loved it.
Good, but hot.
So anyway, all the other races. So we were late. Sun went down. Track cooled off a good bit. I figured it was going to tighten us up some, but we hadn't been tight at all. So I wasn't really worried about being too tight. Got out there in the race, took off first few laps, and I really wanted to feel the car out, so I rode there first few laps, and it was feeling way, 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 way better. Mm-hmm. Way better, and I mean like the best it had felt all day. And I'm so about 5-6 laps into the race, I'm like, all right, time to go. I feel better about the car, and I'm running down the guys in front of me.
Yeah.
I mean, I see them coming back towards me, which I think I was still in 12th. I pretty much fell in right there, I think. Might have been a spot better than that. But anyway, about the time I'm going through the corner, and motor sounded funny when I was coming out the corner. Just, I don't know, sounded like a skip or something. I don't know. And it done it for a few laps and just started sounding worse. So I pulled in real quick, and I figured we were done. But as soon as I turned in the pits, they threw a caution. Somebody spun out. They threw a caution.
Yeah.
So we looked at it real quick. I cut it off. We cranked it back up and cleared out. Sounded good. Cleared up. Well, we said, all right, let's go back out. Well, as I'm coming out of pit road, they're taking one to go. I fall in right behind them. So perfect timing, actually. We take off. I am passing cars. I passed, I don't know, 3-4 cars.
Yeah.
Threw another caution, but it's not sounding good at this point. It is back to sounding how it was, a little worse. It was just popping going around under caution.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know about it, but we're going to try it. So took off, passed another couple cars. Was really running good. That's what was so bad. It was the most comfortable I felt in the car the whole day. And it all of a sudden it just got it just started missing on, I don't know, at least one, maybe 2 cylinders. So it just cut all the horsepower. So when it did that, it just died pretty much. It was still running, but it died, and power died on it. So I pulled in, and that was the end of our night.
Yeah.
So,
Sadly.
Yeah, but it was...
Because I really think I could have got a good top 10 out of it easily.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so, too. But
Because you're good like that.
I don't know about being good like that by no means, but I felt a lot better about it
yeah.
by the end of the night.
Well, at least now you guys kind of have a feel for it, and you know what needs to be done and
Yeah,
what you need to work on.
We figured out some adjustments to make when they need to be made. So we had a good starting point. We got to get it on the scales, get figured out what all we actually got.
Mm-hmm.
We probably got to order some parts, fix the skip in it. There's only so many parts on that thing, so it's not necessarily a hard fix. It might be a pricey fix, but
yeah,
not necessarily a hard fix. So, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
That's right.
I think we'll be back at it. I think around April 16th is the next race at Florence Motor Speedway that I'm going to be able to be in because, like I said, 19th, I'm going to be out of town.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. So what do you think about it after all that?
I mean, I thought it was good. I mean, there wasn't, yeah, you only ran a couple.
Were you nervous watching me out there?
A little bit. I was like, oh, Lord, I'm going to have to go down there. Like, because, like, stories that you've told, people, if you're doing good, people get ticked off and then they want to, like, get in your face and stuff. So I was like, well, I didn't really know what to expect as far as you racing. But then, like, seeing you out there, you were doing really good. But I wasn't looking at nothing but you. I was worried. I was like, please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. Because that's my thing. I don't want you hurt.
That was my goal for today was bring the car back looking the same way it did when we left.
Yeah. Well, in a lot of cars, I mean, there were 2 that, ran off the track in the back stretch, and then one spun out and didn't even throw out a caution.
Yeah, that was a lap. My car quit because I passed him while he was
Yeah.
still sitting up there.
Yeah.
You passed a good amount of people.
Yeah, we was coming back up through there.
Yep.
When you
But-
got back to the end, you passed like 5 people.
No, maybe.
Well, and it was pretty interesting too being out there because what was his Bobby Labonte
Yeah, he was.
was out there, so that was
running
pretty neat.
smart, modified
Yep.
stuff.
So that was fun to see. But
Yeah.
now I'm a racing wife, so I have to pay attention.
All right, well, racing wife. Well, we know you gotta go pick up our other son.
Yes.
You go get Mr. Jackson from my mom. She took him to therapy today.
Yes. Thank you, Rosie.
So, well, we appreciate you hanging out with us for a little while.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'll be home in a little while.
All right, honey.
What's for supper?
I'll let you know when I get there.
Oh. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on, and I reckon I'll see you in a little while.
Sounds good.
All right.
Later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, now we switch over to the winner side of this podcast, I guess, this week. Got my buddy Casey Kelley on the phone here, getting his first late model stock win over at Florence Motor Speedway this weekend. What is up, Casey?
What's going on?
I don't know it, man. Congratulations on the win, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
That thing looked fast out there, man.
Yeah, it was real fast this weekend.
I like it like that.
I do too.
For sure, man. Well, cool, buddy. Well, good deal. Well, I'm glad to have you on here, man. I've been wanting to get you on here for a while here, and so finally got you. It's really funny to me, I guess, and I know a lot of people's out there, especially around this area. I grew up, as you did, probably watching your dad race out there all the time, and so it's cool to see you coming along and following in the footsteps.
Oh yeah, I've been at Florence Motor Speedway since I was in a stroller. Me and my brother, my twin brother, we've been there forever, and it's like home almost.
For sure, man, and yeah, that's the same way I was, and I got a few years on y'all, but I got I don't know if you remember him out there, but I got pictures. My dad used to help Jim Reams out there, so I got pictures sitting on top of his trailer, and I remember many days watching him and a pile of people out there and your dad go at it, and so that's cool that I guess the generation has changed now, man. But I want to give you a chance, man, to go back and tell everybody who you are, where you from, all that good stuff. We all know around here, but for the people listening farther off, and how you started racing, just let everybody know.
Well, I think I first started racing go-karts. We raced at a little track called Lake City back then. I got a go-kart for Christmas, I think when I was 8 years old. Me and my brother, I got a twin brother, and we got them. I can remember going outside now and seeing them outside. I'm pretty sure we jumped in like the wrong one. I jumped in his and he jumped in mine, and then they said, well, no, this one's yours, or this one's his. And man, we've been in love with it since then. I guess we raced go-karts till we were about 14, I would guess, and we got a little Young Guns car. They had a little class called Young Guns for kids to race at Florence, and we bought a car from Strom Altman, and it was a Dodge Neon, and we raced that for a while. I actually think I won my first race in it too. But me and Cody, we would switch driving that car for a little while, and mainly just racing at Florence and dealing with that. And then whenever we got a little bit older, I guess of 15 or so, my uncle Bobby June, he let us start driving his Charger car, and I won my first race in it too. And we did that for a little while whenever we could. We played baseball a lot growing up, so we didn't get to race as much when we were younger back then because we'd play travel ball on the weekends all the time. And me and Cody, we would switch every race, and I want to say he won his first race too, but if not, I mean, we definitely both got wins in the Charger division. And Uncle Bobby June, he had some fast race cars, and after a little while, he had another one built, and we both got to race some in that class, racing against Wayne Locklear. He was tough back then. He was such a good driver and tough to beat him. And then whenever we were about to graduate high school, we ended up getting that limited late model, and we ran a lot of races at Florence and Dillon, and ran that for a long time. And then we tried to move up to late model stock here. Well, before that, Cody, my daddy has an old super truck that was sitting in our shop for a long time, and we just didn't do nothing with it. And I guess it sat in the shop for, I want to say, on the jack stands for probably 6 years. I want to say that's right. And Cody said, "Man, Daddy, I want to drive that truck." And he was like, "Okay, we can do it." And we cranked it up and got it going. And Cody won the first race out with it after it had been sitting on that 6 years.
Dang.
And after that, but we ended up deciding we wanted to do some more late model stock stuff. So we went to the beach in 2020 and with that limited car, we just changed the motor and all that. And we started running there, and then obviously it closed down, which sucks, but that's the way it goes. Here we are now. We got us a new car in October, new Hedgecock car, and man, it has been really fast. That's our third race with it, and the other two was the big race in November. You know, it's a tough competition, and we qualified in the top 10 and ran pretty good, but had some alternator trouble halfway, so we just parked it. And then in February at the Icebreaker, I qualified 4th or 5th, I think, and led 80 laps of that race, and then I guess I burnt tires off of it a little too soon. But like I said, it's been really fast, and then this weekend it just showed that we had a lot of speed, and finally got my first win in the late model stock. It was awesome.
Good deal, buddy. That's awesome. Far as in like you said, you were in the late model there. Your brother Cody, he driving that truck. What made him want to go to the truck and you stay in a late model?
Well, we were gonna go back and forth. That like we had decided like he was gonna race trucks sometimes and I would race it, and we would just kind of flip flop like we had been doing. But he, like I said, he won that first race, and he said, "Dang, Casey," he said, "you gotta let me race it again. I wanna try to get me a back-to-back wins." I said, "Yeah, that's fine as long as I get to race the car." I said, "I'm good with that. That's fine." And then he ended up winning that second race, and he said, "Man, I got to win 3 in a row now." And I want to say he got either 3 or 4 wins in a row with that thing, and he just fell in love with the truck. And he said, "You just want to let me race the truck and you race the car?" And I said, "Yeah, that'll be perfect." And that's how it stuck within. But,
well, it's obviously worked out pretty well.
yeah, it has. I mean, we really enjoy doing it the way we have. I think with him racing the truck and me racing the car, we've got to race a lot more than we were when we were switching back and forth. You know, one weekend you'd have to crew and do the tires and all that, and next weekend you race, which it worked good that way, but now we get to race a lot more.
That's the one thing I've always noticed about y'all, even before I met you and stuff out there, is I've always noticed about y'all when y'all were swapping the car off and stuff, is like you were just saying, when you weren't racing, you were crewing. So it's been awesome to see the support y'all have given each other out there. I know y'all probably have y'all's brotherly moments and want to fight and argue and all that fun stuff, but y'all really seem to honestly support each other out there.
Yeah, we really do. I think after the race the other night, whenever I won the last Saturday night, I really think he was just as happy as me winning that race as if he had won, and I know I would be the same way if he was driving.
For sure, man. That's awesome to see. Well, cool, man. Well, all right. So you won the race, as we've said. So tell us your side of the story of the night out there.
Well, we qualified 3rd, but the leader or the pole man, Chad McCumbee, he had some trouble there at the start, so he didn't even he was on the caution laps. He pulled out there, but right before the green flag drop, he pulled into the pits, and I don't know what happened to him, but so we ended up having to start second, and we ran second to Matt Cox for a while. It was a 60-lap race, and I think I don't know for sure what lap we passed him, but I want to say it was around halfway. I was riding there, and Plinsky started catching me. On the radio, Cody told me that it was catching me, so I started trying to go a little bit harder, and I caught up to Matt, and I got under him, and we raced hard side by side for probably 3 to 5 laps, and I finally got by him, and then kind of stretched it out probably to 3/4 straightaway or something like that, and the car was just on rails, and it was just driving itself.
There you go. You can't ask for no more than that, man. I tell you what, and I've said this, well, since Steve Zacharias and those guys have taken over Florence Motor Speedway and brought more late model stock racing over there, man, it's not only, you know, top tier racers coming to you, like you said, you got the Chad McCumbees, you got the Matt Coxes, and then, you know, when other stuff comes around, shoot, you got Josh Berry over there. You got all them other guys you get to race with. But that has become the elite class at Florence Motor Speedway. But it's also probably now, again, the most competitive class, having late models as the most competitive class out there.
Yeah, I think so. It's been really hard on us. We've been working. We worked really hard to do good, and we just finally got a win, and it's been awesome to finally get a win. But it's so tough in this division. A tenth of a second, and you could be, from first to sixth, or then whenever big races comes, it's even further back. It's just really, really tough competition. When Josh Berry comes to town, man, you better have your stuff right because he is really, really good.
Yeah, it really is. And but in saying that, man, I remember when the there has been bigger races with all them guys over there, and I've seen you out front right with them. So I mean, hey, y'all obviously got the stuff together over there.
Yeah, we've been doing good. We've been trying hard and working hard on our stuff, and we have a lot of speed. And at the icebreaker, Josh was there, and I want to say I led 80 some laps of the 125, and then Josh got around me, and then a few others did too. I think Brandon in the 2-car, he got by us there.
Yeah.
But this, like I said, it's just really, really tough competition. You better have stuff on point when you come to the racetrack.
That's right. Well, cool, man. Well, what y'all schedule looking like this year? You just gonna try to run Florence over there? Or you gonna try to hit up some other races?
Probably mostly Florence. We try to support Florence because it's right there near us, and we don't have to drive far. We want Florence to live as long as possible.
That's right, for sure.
We really like it because it's so close to home, and 15 minutes away, we're at the racetrack, and we really like Florence and Steve and everything he's doing with the racetrack. It's awesome to see that place packed every weekend, even on last weekend on the first race of the season, man. And you couldn't even find a parking spot in there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I did a live Saturday morning, and it was already packed in there. And I was telling some people, I said, man, it'd been and I'm not talking any trash about any previous owner, especially Mr. Charlie, because he did so good for so long with that track. And but I will say that Steve has just took what he had and stepped it up another level. And man, it's like every time there's a race over there, the infield is just packed, and it is it's awesome to see for this area because just like you, man, I grew up there, so it's great to see.
Yep, it is. And Steve's doing a great job. He's doing everything he can to make it better and better every race. And he upgraded bathrooms this year, and they look great. I know everything he's doing is just to make it better.
He really is. Yeah, he really is, and that's what I said about him too. Is there's some track owners that they don't want nothing to happen, but on Saturdays out there, and I messaged him, and we wanted to go shake down that legend car we bought,
right?
And man, I messaged. He's like, yeah, man, come on, I'll be there. Go take as many laps you want. So that's type person he is. Running that track over there is he is racer friendly, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
So well, cool, man. Well, cool. That is. So you gonna try to hit up that track championship over there this year? Eh?
Yeah, we might try to run for the championship. Maybe we'll see. The main thing we just gonna do is when we show up, we're gonna show up and try to win the race. If for the truck or the car. We might run some of the series for Cody. He might run some of that truck series they just started and run at Carroll. Good year a little bit, so we might try that too.
Nice. Good deal. Well, if you do try to run for a championship, obviously you're sitting in good position already.
Yeah, I believe we'd be on the top right now.
That's right. Oh, well, cool, man. Well, let everybody know who all helps you out, who all you got on the side of that car.
Well, the main people that helps me out at the shop and everything is me or my dad and my brother. Man, we spend a lot of time at the shop working. But sponsors, I would like to thank Tobaccoville USA, Chug Steakhouse, and North Industrial Machine. And crew members, I'd like to thank Larry for coming every weekend and helping us, Woody, Bubba, my buddy Justin, everybody that comes and helps out, man. it's awesome. We have a tight knit little group of family and friends, and we have a lot of fun at the racetrack.
Good deal, man. Well, cool. Well, buddy, I appreciate you coming on here and hanging out with you. You're actually our first, I will say, local guy that's been on the show. Everybody else been from all over the place. We finally got somebody from right here around us.
All right, that's pretty cool. Maybe you can have me back.
Oh, yeah, we'll do it anytime, man. Well, buddy, I sure appreciate you coming on, hanging out with us today, and congratulations again, and obviously, best of luck rest of the season, and we'll be seeing you out at track soon, buddy.
All right, sounds good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Casey Kelley from a long line of racing down there. So appreciate him coming on today, hanging out with us. Did you watch any of that race the other night, Landon? Did you watch any of the late model race?
You know, I watched what I could. You know,
Yeah, we were in the pits. It was so packed we couldn't really see anything. We didn't have our trailer with us with the platform up on it, so we couldn't see much.
I saw like a quarter or like pretty much like half of the back of the track. You know, it was really interesting. You know,
I had one of them deals. It was one of them deals that we're sitting down in turn 3 is where we parked, and we're trying to watch the race because I was actually right after late models. So we're watching the race, and we could see them going in 3. I could see them kind of coming out of forward, and there was a bunch of big haulers on the front straightaway. Couldn't see nothing down the front straightaway or 1. I could see them. Then I could see them coming out of 2. So there'd be passes happening, and I'd be like, "Oh, he got around him. Oh, what happened there?" So, and then I got in the in the car getting ready during the late model race, and I went out. So there's about, I don't know, probably 20 laps ago, and I got in the car, started getting in the car and pulling it up on the grid, and I heard them all back there. I couldn't turn around and see them, but I heard them all.
What was that on the back straightaway? Why were there people looking?
There's just something went off over there. But anyway, congratulations again to Casey Kelley on winning his first late model stock race there at Florence Motor Speedway. He did awesome job.
He did pretty good.
Obviously so. So, well, anyway, you know who else is pretty good, Landon?
You?
No, SRI Performance.
Oh.
Because they are your one-stop shop for all things racing. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Tell me more.
Well, they got all the products you could want for your race operation. Anything from fasteners and just anything. Tapes, fasteners, every minute, small cotter pins for your car up to anything else you could want. They got full engine packages there. So you can go to SRI and get every single part that you need for your race car and all safety equipment you need for yourself. So they are literally the one-stop shop for all things racing. They're kind of like Walmart for race cars.
Even
maybe dollar
for
store
legend cars?
They got a lot of stuff for them. They got even Draco Springs. That they have 4 legend cars that I can order through them, and I probably will be doing that very soon, actually. So you can go over and give them a shout, but you can go on their website and load up your cart on their website. Now you get up a card on there, and then they got this thing called a promo code on there, and you put in C-Bone 10. That is C as in?
Bone. Chicken bone.
No, C as in?
Bone.
C.
Oh, C, chicken.
There you go. Try us again. C as in?
Chicken.
BONE 10, and you get 10% off at time of checkout.
10% off?
10%.
Okay, so
Pile of money.
if it's $100.
You only got to spend 90.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
And everybody loves a $10 discount. Like, who doesn't? Like, when you're going to go buy something, what's everything?
$10 off every 100 you spend.
Yeah.
So go check them out. You'll like it. Also, same deal over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. They got all the metal work to make your car look good and fast and pretty and all that good stuff, and all to make it structurally great. So go check them out over there. And while you're in that Mooresville area, go ahead and swing by Earl Ramey Racing Engines and pick you or get your name on the list to get you an Earl Ramey Racing Engine, because that's where a lot of that speed is made, is in that motor room. And Earl can hook you up. Man, I looked today, more wins over the weekend. It's crazy. All the wins that Earl has every week. His motors out front. One of them, Jeremy Steele, stuck his 604. This was an awesome story. Stuck his 604 late model in a limited late model race at Cherokee on Saturday, and managed to win with a 604 crate motor, which was an Earl Ramey Racing Engine, and that thing was fast. Fast.
And while you're checking him out, you can listen to his song. No.
No, we're not going to listen to a song. Know which one you're talking about, though. But we also, while you're there, or when you get all that horsepower under your hood, schedule some time on his chassis dyno. Really pick up all the power that you can with all the add-ons that you can put on that motor. One of the best add-ons you can add on there is a set of Profab headers. They pick you up all kind of horsepower, and it shows. They're some best in the market, best service to have. People like winners from this past weekend, Brandon Overton, he's on Profab headers, so he won a whole lot of money last year on Profab headers. So y'all go check Profab headers out. Profab headers and exhaust quality that wins.
And what's the problem with getting money?
Nothing. Tell them all we sent you. Maybe they'll give you something. Who knows? Maybe a swift slap upside the head. I don't know.
A free $200.
No, we're not getting that.
Oh.
I wish. So, anyway. So, you ready for school the rest of the week?
No.
Why?
The only thing I'm looking forward to is next week. We got a teacher work day on Friday.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be going out of town on that day.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to be going to Livonia Speedway in Georgia for the Ultimate Street Stock Challenge.
Livonia.
We'll be down there DJing on Friday night, doing a pit party. Saturday we'll have the some lunchtime interviews there with some of the drivers, going to try to get all that money there at the Ultimate Street Stock Challenge in Livonia Speedway.
Livonia. Just like a name you hear in the
Just
movie.
rolls right off your tongue. Livonia. So anyway, I know you didn't watch it, but
What?
there was some there was some NASCAR action over the weekend. Also,
I was
Pretty good.
mainly,
you were asleep. We got back.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened. I mean, he was asleep otherwise anyway. We got back from the racetrack. The car, our legend car, is over there at my mom and dad's house. It's my dad's car. I just drive it. I'm just a driver of this thing. So we go back to their house, drop trailer off and everything, and I left my truck over there. Landon gets out the truck, goes inside. I thought I don't know, maybe went to the bathroom or something. I don't really know. We're all sitting there. We're like, where did Landon go? I go in there. He is curled up in the bed. He has a bedroom at my parents' house, Isn't pretty much it's his and Jackson's bedroom over at my parents' house because they hadn't finished the other one yet.
Mainly mine.
Whatever you say.
It's got my PlayStation. It's mine.
Yeah, till Jackson goes in there.
Yeah.
But so we go in there and he is curled up in the bed, dead asleep. So we all knew we were just going to church the next morning. We were just like, just leave him there. He can get up and ride with my mom and dad, ride with Nana and Papa to church in the morning. So tell them what happened in the middle of the night.
Okay, I had to go use the bathroom like really bad. So I got up, thought I was in my room, and then went down the hallway that we have. And then you take a right to go in the bathroom. But when I took it a right, my hips met to the corner of a table.
So he was going the wrong direction. He did not realize he even went to sleep at Nana and Papa's house.
I didn't. I was like on my phone just watching, like, I'll stay up till they come. And then I was asleep.
It was a long day at the track. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna go into some cup race stuff, just to get your reaction of it since you didn't even watch it. All right. So, Kyle Busch, you know who Kyle Busch is?
Yeah. Good. Pretty good. He's decent.
He's decent. Yeah, decent. We'll go 2-time Cup champion. He's decent. He got in a wreck in practice,
Ooh.
and had to go to a backup car. Well, the backup cars, I heard him even talking about, and this is going to have to change in NASCAR because he had a backup. 4 cars went there. 4 Joe Gibbs cars entered that race. They only had 2 backups for 4 cars total, 2. So if they'd have had 3 cars, Rick, somebody'd have been out of a car. That's interesting. So Kyle Busch had to take one. They had to rewrap it. He had some comments to say about it. Somebody asked him, how good it was since they had to work on it, blah, blah, blah. He said, it's fine. They're all the same. They pretty much come from Walmart. I don't think NASCAR is going to take too kindly to that because he's kind of talking about the product. But he's very much right because they're all the same. But he managed to. He was having a terrible first part of the race. They made adjustments. Come back, was leading the race. 2 laps, 2, 3, I don't know, 4 laps ago. We'll go 4 laps, somewhere around in there. Caution comes out.
Oh.
All right. Well, this is I'm gonna hand it to Kyle Busch because man, it was awesome comeback him and his team made because they were pretty far back there having a rough day, and then made a comeback like that. So, all right, this is where I want your reaction, Landon. They went in pit stop because they had all been out for a long time, needed tires. All the Hendrick cars, well, Larson, Bowman, and 24 car. They all took 2 tires.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Busch took 4 tires, so he was sitting in. I can't remember if it was 3rd or 4th on that restart. Him and William Byron were out there together. Anyway, so Bowman's on the inside, Kyle Larson's on the outside on the start. Bowman and Larson take off. Kyle Busch couldn't do anything behind him just because he was behind him, couldn't move. Ends up, Alex Bowman wins the race. All right, well, Kyle was actually fairly classy, I guess you say, in his after-race interview. But over the radio, he had some choice words to say about Alex Bowman. I don't know if it's necessarily towards that, but he was saying basically the guy who backs into all his wins is backed into another win. So if it were you, Landon, out on track and you finally made your way up to the lead and a caution comes out with just a couple laps to go, knocks you back a couple spots, and somebody wins because they got out front like that, how would you feel? I mean, could you be mad? Because they could have took 2 tires.
Yeah.
They had the opportunity. They could have took 2 tires, but they felt like they needed to take 4. If they would have took 2 tires, they would have come out first. And might have could have held on for 2 laps. That's all they had was green, white checker after that.
I would be mad.
At who?
At people. Just generally. Everybody that's on that race or in the pits is going to feel my wrath.
No, you can't do that. You're going to get fined or kicked out of sport. You can't
Well,
do
if
that.
you're Kyle Busch, then that's fine. You know.
Well, whatever. He does that. But
$1 million.
But he I don't know. I feel like I get it because if he'd have took 2 tires, everybody been watching him, and they might all of a sudden took 4, and he might have been a sitting duck. But apparently, to me, tires didn't have near as much play in it as he thought they would. So the 4 tires were not better than the 2 tires over them 2 laps. So
He should have just stayed the same.
no, I think if he wouldn't have took any tires, I think they'd really blown by him.
Oh.
Being that they started double foul, I think they would have passed him there. So, but I mean, it's easy to play armchair quarterback. That's what we do over here. So I think I'd have had to take 2. I'd told him to take 2.
Yeah.
Just to get me back out front, but I have some fresh tires there. So I don't know. But congratulations to Alex Bowman. That is a profab header and exhaust driver there. So congratulations to him and profab headers. So good job there, Alex Bowman. Larson ended up second, but I think Ross Chastain actually got around and finished 3rd. Drove it hard down in 3 and 4 and got a 3rd place finish out of it. So
3rd place isn't too bad, though.
if you ain't first, you last.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to thank this week MPM McAllister Precision Marketing. If you are looking to advance your racing career, you have to give Tanya at MPM a call, and you can be on your way to gaining. You know, that's the thing is you need somebody in your corner pushing you out there to the people that need to see you. So Tanya is that person in your corner at MPM. She's great. She knows who to push you out there in front of to get not only the sponsorship dollars, you know, in your pocket and for your car, but she also gets you in front of the eyes that you need to be seen in front of for maybe the next chance in your racing career. So if you got especially a young driver out there looking to advance their career, you really need to talk with Tanya at NPM, and that's your first step is getting a marketing partner and then advancing from there. So give Tanya a call or check her out on the internet at www.marketwithmpm.com. Anyway. Well, I reckon that's about all for this week. What you think?
I think so. I think we covered mostly everything.
I feel like we have. Well, hopefully Sterling's made it back on the trailer by now. We'll have to call him here in a minute and check him out. Yeah, so hopefully Gilligan there has got it back on. or Sterling's got it back on the trailer, ready to go, rolling it up there. And I imagine he'll be taking a boat back to the shop. He been stranded in Georgetown. Wasn't nobody. He said every day out there, somebody's always around. Today, nobody. Nobody come pull him back to the dock. So, oh well. But he got it figured out, I reckon. But anyway, guys, as I want to thank Casey Kelley for coming on this week, and congratulations again to him for taking the win in the late model stocks at Florence Motor Speedway. Appreciate him. Appreciate my lovely wife Kayla for coming on, hanging out with us for a little while. Landon, thank you.
No problem. You know, my pleasure.
Your pleasure. You been Chick-fil-A?
You know, I want Chick-fil-A to sponsor. I just want to talk about Chick-fil-A. It's so good.
Oh.
That's the place where you get Jesus' chicken.
You do get Jesus chicken there. That is true. But anyway, guys, want to, like I said, thanks to Casey and congratulations to him again. Also appreciate, as always, SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, RK Motorsports Consulting, MPM, as always. Also want to thank Ford Bite Apparel. Y'all go check out some Ford Bite. Check out Cole Vanderheiden, Cole Train, going into his rookie season of 305 Race Saver Sprints this year. You'll see him probably on all kind of racing stuff this year. But it shows the sprint car. So y'all will be checking it out. Go over to Forward Bite Apparel. Get you some. It's time to break out T-shirts almost. It is here anyway. So go get you a new Forward Bite T-shirt. They got some new designs coming out that I really like. Simple, sleek. I like it. I like it a lot. So head over there, check it out, and also Checkered, the race hub. Y'all go get on Checkered. If you're not, download Checkered. It's the coolest thing ever. I had I was at the track the other day and heard some people talking about Checkered there actually. So it was awesome. And I was glad to finally see, it's getting around more and more. So it's really cool to see it growing. Y'all go get on Checkered. It's the race hub. We're not talking any politics, nothing like that on there. We are talking racing all the time on there. So anyway, guys, well, I guess that's going to wrap it up for us this week. What you think? I think that's it.
I think so.
All right. Well, all right, people. Well, I guess we'll see you back next week. Hopefully Sterling will be back from stranded. Actually, hold on. All right, he's live. There he is. He finally made it. Are you out of the water?
I am out of the water.
Yay.
I am out of the water.
He made it.
Finally getting something to eat now. Finally, we were about to starve, man.
You stop at Bojangles?
I didn't get me no. I didn't bring me no fishing pole, so I couldn't try to catch fish while we were trolling back at a quarter mile an hour.
You might have could have caught a minnow or something. That speed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a day, man. It's been a day.
Well, at least you're out finally. Did you have fun getting it back on the trailer?
It was not easy, and that water is cold. Just by the way, it is.
It hadn't warmed up yet.
It is not warmed up yet. No, and we got hurricane force winds down here, so it was not ideal by no means. But we made it. We are safe back on the water. I mean, off the water and on land now. So yeah, we're good to go.
Well, good deal. What y'all eating?
We got some mahi tacos or sandwich. Yeah, mahi sandwich right here. So yeah, it's a pretty good place. Pretty good.
Where y'all at?
At crap, what is the name of this place? I don't even know, but I just walked up in. I didn't even look at it.
It looked like they
We
sold
on the
fish.
back porch. Yeah, they definitely sold fish. So that's where I wanted to be. Yeah.
All right. Well, we were closing out the show, and so it was perfect time for you to call, I reckon.
Sweet. Yeah, man, absolutely. I know my favorite line here anyway, but I hope the show was good. Hate I missed, man, for sure. And ready to get back home.
Well, we couldn't just have one fill in for you this week. We had to have two, so we had Kayla and Landon on here.
Oh, goodness. That was an action-packed show then.
It was. We really got the race fans' perspective, from the stands at Florence Motor Speedway this past week.
Exactly. They got to see a lot of good racing, and they had a good crowd up there with them, that's for sure.
Yeah, they did.
From the race fans for the race fans.
That's it.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, let's close out the show. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all hanging out with us today, and hope to be back really soon.
Later.
Later.